Thank you, Professor Harris, for your kind words. Thank you, Vice Chancellor and Pro-Chancellor, Sir David, for bestowing upon me this great honor. I accept it on behalf of my thousands of colleagues in FINCA International from over 30 countries who helped to build our great organization. And to those of you who are also receiving degrees, congratulations. I suspect you may have worked harder for yours than I have for mine. You should feel very proud today, and actually, as a parent, I know you parents must feel incredibly proud of what your children have accomplished. But if I put myself in your place, I suspect there are those among you who may be feeling a bit of trepidation about the future. What will be the next step on your journey? Relax. Forget those intimidating unemployment statistics. They are a gift in disguise. And not, as Winston Churchill said after being unceremoniously voted out of office, a gift that is indeed very well disguised. If you don't know precisely what the next step is for you, you're in very good company. When I began my final semester at university back in the spring of 1971, my name was entered into an unusual lottery, one in which if you won, you lost. By that I mean, in this lottery, all our birth dates were entered into a big bin, like a big bingo bin, and selected one by one. Those who were among the first 100 chosen were drafted and sent to the Vietnam War. Mine was the 67th birthday chosen. This created a great dilemma for me and no small amount of anguish. I wanted to serve my country. I wasn't a physical coward. But the war, in the words of John Kerry, a Vietnam veteran who is now U.S. Secretary of State, had reached the point where, in his words, no one wanted to be the last man to die for a mistake. Some of my classmates were, of course, in the same predicament. Some went to Canada rather than serve and be drafted. Some even went to jail. Then, for me, a door opened. I learned from a friend that by entering the Peace Corps, I would be eligible for a 2-year assignment or deferment from military service. During my interview with the Peace Corps, I was asked which country I would like to serve in. I thought a moment. Jamaica? No. We're going to send you to Guatemala, where you will work as an extension agent for an agricultural cooperative. I looked at them. You do realize I was born in New York City? They said, don't worry about it. We're going to teach you not only Spanish, but also how to grow corn and beans. They sent me to this beautiful little town, 5,000 feet up in the highlands of Guatemala, San Martin Jilotepeque, in a lush, verdant valley with panoramic views of volcanoes. It was a tropical paradise, but the members of the cooperative, descendants of the Maya, were cruelly exploited by the landowners and scraped out a living selling their labor or farming small plots of corn and beans and sharing those crops with the landlords. The Mayan Indians knew far more than I about farming. It didn't take me long to realize I would be more of a threat to their crops than a source of sage agronomic advice. But their land was severely depleted after generations of cultivation, and the co-op members lacked the capital to buy fertilizers to restore it to its productivity. That's where I could make a contribution. We made small loans of $50 in the form of fertilizer, which carried an interest rate of 12% and had to be repaid in 6 months when the crops developed. It worked brilliantly. The farmers were able to double and triple their yields. They were able to better feed and clothe their families. Most remarkable, Of the 800 farmers we made loans to, 799 of them paid their loans in full and on time. I'm still looking for that one defaulter. His name is Alejandro Atz. If you find him on Twitter or Facebook, please let me know immediately. After 2 years, it was time to go home. When I told the co-op members I was leaving, their reaction amazed me. They begged me not to leave. Some wept and clung to my hands. I realized then, for the first time in my life, I had made a difference in someone else's. Were it not for the Vietnam draft, I never would have gone to Guatemala, nor into the Peace Corps, nor made microfinance my life's work. What had appeared to be a disaster was a blessing in disguise. Your life may be a long and winding road that doesn't always lead to the door you were expecting. But when fate opens a door to you, leave room for fate to work its magic. You may find it leads to a life of excitement, service, and satisfaction beyond your wildest dreams. My final charge to you is this. Your professors have armed you with the most powerful weapon on earth, a weapon of mass instruction. They have taught you how to think, to analyze, and keep learning, as Sir David said, for the rest of your lives. Most people in this world are fortunate to have even completed elementary school. And they have not been educated. They have been programmed not to make trouble for the ruling class. As such, as educated, you are part of a global elite, and this carries with it a huge responsibility. Go forth and create something, improve something, change people's lives for the better, change the world. Thank you.